Welcome to Cineights, where you get to know the best movies and series. Today's video is about the best essential French movies everyone should watch. I hope you enjoy this video. Be sure to watch until the end because I'm sure you will like it. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Blue is the Warmest Color. 2013, Blue is the Warmest Color is a French LGBT classic that follows Adèle as she navigates through life. When she meets Léa Seydoux Emma, a free-spirited girl with blue hair with whom she bonds tightly, Adèle embarks on a self-discovery journey and embraces her sexuality along the way. On Reddit, Killer of Heroes mentioned that they really liked the Abdelatif Kechiche film when users were asked for French cinema favorites. Mentioned on many lists on the platform, the heartbreaking coming-of-age story is a very popular pick among Redditors. Tell No One. 2006 Tell No One is a deeply enthralling crime drama that revolves around the reopening of Margot Beck's murder case when the police come across an accidental discovery. When brand new events are linked to Margot's death, her seemingly innocent husband Dr. Beck becomes suspect again. Ultimately, Tell No One is an amazing French thriller that makes you want to tell everyone about it, and Reddit users agree. Unsurprisingly mentioned in a lot of comments on the platform, the 2006 film gathers a lot of praise. Mr_Evil_MSC remarks, if you want something really engaging and just very entertaining, in French, I strongly recommend Tell No One, a really good, dark, and twisty thriller. Raw. 2016, Raw provides audiences with an unconventional coming-of-age story with a terrifying twist. After a young, rigorous vegetarian and aspiring vet embarks on her first year at veterinary school, she finds herself developing a strange craving for human flesh. Raw is a must-watch emo, a Redditor commented with many others agreeing. Directed by Julia Ducournau, Raw is one of the most recent examples of a great take on the body horror genre. I highly recommend Titane 2, Brindle_said. By Ducournau, the intriguing 2021 French film is a second favorite and assuredly did not disappoint audiences. The City of Lost Children. 1995, a mad scientist Kronk, who seeks to slow his aging process, kidnaps children in a surreal, dystopian society in the City of Lost Children. When Denry is kidnapped by Crank's Cyclop men, his strong brother One comes to his rescue with the help of Miette. Filled with iconic lines and an unforgettable, uniquely bizarre storyline, this Marc Caro and Jean-Pierre Jeunet movie is a must-watch when it comes to French cinema. I'm going to add City of Lost Children to this list because it's awesome, says a vegan literary. Pierrot Le Fou. 1965 Pierrot Le Fou follows Ferdinand Griffin, who is stuck in a dead-end, unhappy marriage and has just been fired from a TV broadcasting station where he worked. When Ferdinand meets Marianne, who was his mistress 5 years ago, and calls him Pierrot, as he heads back home after his wife forces him to go to a house party at her father's, he offers to take her home. This takes a wild turn and both venture on a wild journey together. When it comes to French must-sees, Pierrot Le Fou is recommended on the platform a couple of times and is accurately described as a new wave road movie by one Redditor. Stunning cinematography and an engaging plot, the Jean-Luc Godard feature makes for an entertaining one. Amélie. 2001, there's no doubt that the iconic Jean-Pierre Jeunet movie has a huge impact on pop culture even 21 years later. Centering around Audrey Tauto's kind-hearted Amélie, who sees the world through a beautiful lens and constantly helps everyone around her, this enchanting film is guaranteed to make viewers more appreciative of the smallest things in life. Taking a spot in almost every French film-related post on the website, the magical realism movie Amélie ranks high on the platform. According to Legna 2 Lives comment, Amélie is a more modern French film that needs to be mentioned somewhere in this thread, says Nate the Cyborg when asked about French favorites. The Untouchables. 2011, one of the most popular French flicks out there, The Untouchables tells the extraordinary and deeply moving story of a wealthy man named Philippe, who has gone quadriplegic from a paragliding accident, thoroughly exploring his strong unlikely bond with caretaker Driss, who helps him look at the world differently and make uplifting changes in his life. Aside from being really moving, the 2011 film is equal parts funny and sends out a wonderful message on the power of friendships. Turns out that the movie is so impactful that it made viewers pursue learning the language. That's literally my first ever French movie. 4 years ago, I decided to learn French after watching this movie, Jong XTO10423 revealed. The Umbrellas of Cherbourg. 1964, Jacques Demy's iconic film The Umbrellas of Cherbourg, which was one of the major inspirations behind Greta Gerwig's Barbie, is undoubtedly worth mentioning when the subject is top French movies. Set in 1957, this pastel-colored dreamy film depicts a woman's self-growth journey after being separated from her lover by the war. While reflecting on success, youth, and heartbreak, Demy's film is technically perfect, featuring fantastic acting and impeccable set and costume design that makes it exceptionally appealing to the eye. Beancer was the one recommending the flick on the platform. Or really any Jacques Demy film, they wrote. A Prophet. 2009, following 19-year-old Franco-Algerian Malik El Jabena, who has just been sent to prison with a 6-year sentence in Breakcourt for assaulting police officers, this top-notch 2009 crime film follows the young man's wild journey as he navigates through life in prison and ascends the inmate hierarchy. One of the most praised French movies on the platform, A Prophet surely deserves all the hype it gets. I've seen about half of these, but my vote is for Un Prophet. Just an absolutely riveting and gritty film. Set your goals highlights in a thread where the film is mentioned. Army of Shadows, 1969, originally titled L'Armée des Ombres, the war drama Army of Shadows is set in the year 1942 and chronicles France's subversive resistance during the Nazi occupation, following a French resistance commandant, Philippe Gerbier. With an intriguing storyline, Army of Shadows reflects on the resistance to oppression. Melville is awesome, Revolt wrote, adding that it is one of the coolest looking films I've seen. In fact, the filmography of Jean-Pierre Melville, in general, seems to be a fan favorite, and Cabos 7 also highlights that. Hiroshima Mon Amour, 1959. Hiroshima Mon Amour is a beautifully told drama that revolves around a passionate affair between a Japanese architect, Louis, who lost his family in the bombing, and Elle, a young girl who's in Japan with the intent of making a feature about the impact of Hiroshima's atomic bomb. According to a Redditor, the classic romance movie takes place in a good number of French essentials lists on the platform, and for good reason. Featuring dramatic, enthralling cinematography that almost feels like a visual poem, Hiroshima Mon Amour is an unforgettable watch that reflects on memories and growth. Le Samurai, 1967. Professional hitman Jeff Costello is further backed into a position when he tries to provide himself an alibi after being seen by witnesses in this remarkable Jean-Pierre Melville treasured crime drama. When a Reddit user mentioned the high-rated film on the platform, Zazagu could not help noting that it is a fantastic movie, adding that Le Cercle Rouge is also a great film in that style. No doubt, Le Samurai is a highly influential and minimal movie that beams style through its impeccable directing. Portrait of a Lady on Fire, 2019. Celine Sciamma's Portrait of a Lady on Fire is undoubtedly one of the most unforgettable period pieces of recent times, providing audiences with a refreshing narrative surrounding a love affair between two women in the late 18th century. According to Ryan Uten, anything by the director is worth noting for more contemporary fare. Although the strikingly gorgeous and deeply touching Portrait de la Jeune Fille en Fou is undoubtedly one of Sciamma's most memorable pieces and features tons of critical acclaim, some other great films are Tomboy and Girlhood, as mentioned by the user. The 400 Blows, 1959. This memorable coming-of-age film follows the thought-provoking story of 14-year-old Antoine Doinel, who was unfairly punished in school by his French literature teacher, and lives an unhappy and unfulfilled life, returning home every day to a mother he doesn't believe loves him. Antoine later turns to crime until he is caught and put in an observation center. Gathering plenty of global love on the platform, Mullah_Omar believes The 400 Blows to be one of the best films I've ever seen. In the same thread, Treblevery Low adds, such an obvious choice, because it's such an obviously great film, best answer here.